We've got over 500 vehicle tests on this channel, and almost all of them have headlight tests, so if you want to see how the lights on your vehicle work, this is the right place to be. Well, it looks like Subaru sent us their BRZ sports car. What a nice looking rig, especially with this red paint. We're going to do a complete road test on this eventually, but right now we're just doing a night drive headlight test. Got two nice medium-sized bulbs in here, so let's take them out and see what they do. Okay, it's dark enough. Let's check out these lights, and right now we got the low beams on. And now a bit brighter with the high beams. And the taillights and license plate cover. Emergency lights light up pretty good. I can barely see the fronts. I got the headlights on low beam. Not good at all. That's more like it with the headlights off. And from the rear. And the rear view camera gives a pretty good view on the screen. Looks a lot better in person than it does on my cheap handheld camera. And the gauge cluster lights up pretty good. It's adjustable for brightness. And there's the sport mode. As far as the rest of the interior, there's not much to see here. Pretty simple vehicle, not much to light up. But what does light up, lights up well. The cabin roof lights have a lot of power. Definitely illuminates the cabin, no doubt about that. If you watch my videos, I cannot stand auto dimming mirrors, especially if they don't have a disconnect switch, but here we get a simple manual system. On and off, flip of a switch. The way it should be in my book, but teach their own. Okay, getting to the headlights. Here we have a building 33 yards away. Not very high. Needs to be above the bushes. Not passing that test. Let's go to high beam. Much better. We'll take these out on the street and the back roads to see how this works. By the way, these are active headlights, meaning they turn the same direction as the steering wheel. Great for taking corners. This can be turned on or off in the computer program if you just want headlights that point in a straight line the whole time, which, why would you want that if you could have this? But you do have a choice. On the freeway, the high beams do a pretty good job of lighting up the road signs. Like so. Not so much on low beam, naturally. And here we have a dark, dingy street with street signs about a quarter mile away with the brights on, no problem. We go to low beam. Cuts off around halfway. Obviously, there's not long-range lights. So let's take this on some backcountry roads and see what these headlights do in tight corners, among other environments. When you're on back roads, you're often going to have dips. And here it's not a problem with the brights, but yep, with the low beam, sometimes that can be an issue. As I mentioned earlier, this vehicle has the active headlight option, which means the beams turn the same direction as you're turning the steering wheel, which comes in very handy when you're taking corners like this, which is the intent to begin with. There's a lot of wildlife out here you don't want to hit, and this helps assist you to make sure you don't. Very nice feature to have if you do a lot of driving on mountain roads at night. Okay, here's the ultimate headlight test. If we can see the jail sign on the city jail, it passes. If not, it flunks. And with the brights on, we can barely see it. Low beam. We can see the floor. Okay, so what do I think about these headlights? High beams are fine. Going to low beam, of course, I find they're a bit too short and too low for my taste. But in all fairness, two things. First of all, we don't know if they're set to factory specs. They could be out of alignment. And if they are or not, it really doesn't matter, because I'm sure a mechanic could raise the elevation a bit and solve that problem. And if that's the case, then there's nothing to complain about. Besides, it's a great car, so I like it anyway. People have been asking me how the headlights on the BRZ compare to the headlights on the Toyota 86 version. Well, if you want to know, no problem, because we'll have a link for that video on the Toyota 86 headlights coming up. Just click and watch. And we also have a full road test video on the BRZ. We have a link for that too. So you're getting 3 videos for the price of 1. Free.